Hi, everybody. Oh, God, that announcer's. I haven't made fun of him for a long while, but it did strike me again this evening as he sounds extremely cold. But anyway, he does have a beautiful British accent. So good evening. Welcome to the show. It's December 4th, 2017, and I'm so happy to be here with you, and I'm so happy that you've come this evening to connect with Spirit through me. A couple of announcements before we get to the lines. If you are in the webinar, I have two people there tonight, Yvette and also someone by the name of Natasha. Natasha, if you can figure out how to go to the chat facility and let me know if what you're calling about, doesn't really matter. Well, if you're calling about other side connection, I'll be giving you a priority in the queue. And I'll be giving you a priority in the queue if you're calling for a live question as well. So right now we have Yvette there and Natasha there. If anybody's curious about that or would like to join the webinar portion of the show, there is a website for the show. Besides just Blog Talk Radio, I actually created a page on my website which houses the webinar. So you can actually watch the show live, and that webinar is available to the public and will go to YouTube when we're done. So keep that in mind. If you don't want anybody to see you, well, you can always keep your video off also. Natasha has hers off, but being in there gives you priority. Another way to get priority in the queue is to make a donation. I call it the 8 no wait. If you have an urgent matter that just can't wait, donate 8 and jump the gate. So that is also on spiritmediumtv.com. So we have two ways to get priority in the queue. The top way is the donation that supplants even the video. But the second way is to enter the video or the webinar, which is, I think is item 2 or 3 on that page, spiritmediumtv.com, but it's pretty obvious when you get there. If you'd like to join our mailing list, one of the free gifts you will get automatically is an opportunity to get a numerology report for free. So if you're interested in joining our mailing list and keeping up to date, I also will remind you about the show, the radio show, or if it moves somewhere else, as I at times think I might move it somewhere else, who knows? You will be kept in touch with me through my mailing list. So you can join that by going to spiritmediumtv.com, and on the sidebar you'll see on the left right now, it could be on the right if I change my template, but right now it's on the left and it says join mailing list here. Oh, that's not a surprise now, is it? Okay, so let me just see if there's anything else that's on my housekeeping list before I go into the focus subject, which is something to be of benefit to you. And then I would do a live channeled message, and then we go to the webinar or the phone lines. Okay, getting a reading. The phone number is 347 if you want to get a reading, if you want to call into Blog Talk, or you can join the webinar. So if you're calling into Blog Talk, it's area code 347-945-5849. And if you want to join the webinar, it's just simply go to spiritmediumtv.com, and you will see down in the page, see a webinar, join webinar, number 2 details. In the details section of the page is number 2. It explains how to do it. You just click on the word here. Join the webinar here. And there you'll go, right into the webinar. And if you're shy, you can shut your video off. But I will need your voice. They also will need why you're calling. I need to know that. So Natasha, if you're listening, if you're hearing me, and you can access the chat facility, which I don't know how to do that. Natasha figured it out for me. Thank you. Yvette figured it out for me, Natasha. But I've been using it now to communicate with her. So there is a chat facility, but you'll just have to fool around to figure it out. Okay. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, important. If you would like to get a reading with me, a session with me, I give you free time if you're a radio show listener. I call it the 1, 2, 3. And the reason it's 1, 2, 3 is I give you a third more time, which is 1 to 3, the ratio, right? 1 to 3. So you get a third more time free if, when you're paying for a session, you put radio show in the event code field. And you can book all of this at booklaura.com. And when you go to booklaura.com, what I just said will make sense to you. So if you're booking, say, 30 minutes, you'll get 10 extra minutes, and you'll get 40 minutes for the price of 30, which is 25% discount. So it's a good deal. Okay, so that's my housekeeping. Let's go on to the focus subject. So every week I create another focus subject. It goes onto my website as an article. It goes out to my newsletters. It goes to all of my social media, which I am really got a lot of stuff out there. And it also is focused or highlighted during the show on Monday nights, which also I need to say, the show is always on Monday nights right now at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So I don't know about you, but a lot of people do experience loneliness at the holidays. It's kind of like everybody's rushing around. And sometimes if you just lost a loved one, for example, maybe your spouse, you might feel that it particularly accentuates your aloneness. Maybe you just had a breakup with a loved one, a significant other. Well, maybe you just don't have a significant other. Maybe your family, you don't have family, or they're not local to you, whatever the reason is. Quite often the holidays can accentuate any feelings we might have about being lonely. And so I decided to do a little channeling on that to see what the guides would say, the ones. Of late, I am channeling the ones, which is a group of entities that would be considered the Elohim. They would be considered the 7 archangels, or the 7, or the Great White Brotherhood, or whatever you want to call that group of entities. There's 7 of them that they are the creatives, the ultimate manifestors of the universe. If you look at God as a consciousness and energy, they are individualized consciousness and pull from that and create individual matter. They created reality from God. Okay, so they're like, you could say they're like God. Okay, so anyway, the ones here, I asked them, dear Spirit, what do you want to say about how to cope with loneliness at the holidays? And so the first thing they said is, it's a condition that's made up. Loneliness is not real. I thought that was kind of wild. Oh, by the way, if you're trying to see this article today, you want to follow it, it would be listed under recent posts. And you can find recent posts on the sidebar. And you can find the sidebar on spiritmediumtv.com. If you're tuning in at a future point in time and you want to find it, on the sidebar is a search box. And if you put in the search box, how to cope with loneliness at the holidays, or just how to cope with loneliness, this article will come up. So the first thing they say after I ask the question is, loneliness is a condition that is made up. It is not real. No one on earth is really alone. On earth, we experience, I'm going to now just paraphrase as I go along, but on earth, we experience the illusion of being separate. And this creates the illusion we're alone. But actually, in effect, we're all connected via energy. When we shed our body, our physical form, and move to spirit world, we will see that we are all connected much more readily than we can see here. We have this illusion that we're separate. So continuing with their channeling in a more literal way. Yes, at times you have a stronger bond with one person versus the other. However, if you understood each and every soul is part of the whole, the greater good, you would understand that no one is truly ever alone. Now, obviously, they haven't felt alone recently, right? Now that we've said this, we hope you understand that you're not going to have us see you all the time. They kind of made a little bit of a joke. In other words, if you're never alone, we won't be peering on you, is what they said. We won't be watching you. You can have privacy, of course. What we mean is that when one realizes their energy is part of everyone else, and that you are connected via a flow of energy, you realize that isolation and the experience of being alone is a subjective one that can be corrected by first knowing it is an illusion. Oh, okay. Secondly, you need to get something going in your life that reaches out to others. Usually this is in the form of some creative event or endeavor that you do that helps another. So service is very, very important. If you do something that is not creative, i.e. not from the soul, you will not experience relief from loneliness. It needs to be an expression of self from the highest realm that offers another the illusion of retrieval from fear to love. And in parentheses, they explain the illusion of retrieval from fear to love means the spiritual experience of being helped by you. In other words, being retrieved from this loneliness that they might have is the byproduct of you helping them. So when you engage in helping another, you will find that the world seems a bit better for you immediately. This begins the process of removing the illusion of being alone and reconnecting to the one source of God. When one can connect to this greater good through service, one will know in an experiential way that the idea that one is part of the energy and not separate. So service, dear ones, from the heart, using a creative part of yourself to help another, will help you ultimately feel connected. So it's interesting, you'll help yourself by helping another, but it can't be any kind of help. It has to be help from your creative source, from who you really are. So for example, if you're feeling lonely and you are doing work, you have a job or whatever, but the job's not creative, it's not really right for you, it will only perpetuate that loneliness. So service from our creative gifts is what they're saying will help assuage the feeling of loneliness during the holidays or otherwise. So, simple little thing like looking in on somebody you know is alone. Maybe you cook something for them, or maybe you'll buy somebody a gift. But when you start to give of yourself, it completely changes the whole idea that you're alone. It takes the focus off of you and then puts it onto the other person in a connecting fashion. So I've done that. I mean, I've gotten this message from them a few times. They, even during sessions, has come in for some of the clients I've worked with. And so I said to myself, oh, that's a good piece of advice. So I use it in my own life as well. And it does work for me. So hopefully it will work for you. So what I'm going to do now is a little channeling, and then we'll go to phone lines. The first people waiting that will be served will be in the webinar. Just look at the webinar for a second, see if anybody else has gone in there besides those two. No, nobody else is adventurous. Okay. So everybody, please, if you would please sit back in your respective locations. Everybody who's wanting a reading, anybody who wants me to connect to the other side, sit back, uncross your arms and legs, and start to breathe abdominally, allowing yourself to gently and lightly relax, opening up all of your energy fields to higher source, to love and light, feeling protected, feeling healthy, feeling able, feeling oneness. And as you self-empower through breath and this idea, I would like each of you to focus in on your subject today. If you want a life reading, focus on what you need today. Ask Spirit for help with that. If you're wanting an other side connection, then please focus in on your loved one or loved ones in spirit and invite him or them or her to come sit with you, join you in the circle. While you do that, I will go off and invoke the Master Prayer. I'll be back in a second. And now on your next exhale of breath, if you would please release into your space your energy, I will connect us. One moment, please. Okay, so give me a moment. I'm going to make a connection and I will provide a group channeled message. We are here. We are the ones. We have come in to speak with all of you about your life, about your health, about your happiness. Each and every one of you has a soul. And when you think about what this truly means, it's not just a word, it's not just an idea. It is, in fact, a useful tool for you, each of you. Whenever you are feeling alone, whenever you are feeling cast aside, unwanted, perhaps you're fighting for something that you want in your life, and you feel isolated, as if no one or nothing can help you. Remember that you are more than what you think you are. Remember that you are a soul first, a body second. And when you understand the magnificence of what a soul truly is, you will feel empowered. For your soul is your portal to greater and greater dimensions, higher levels of being, even miracles and miraculous activities. Your soul is your key to unlock miracles in your life. Do not fear the darkness. Do not fear the light. Do not fear being alone. And do not feel slight. Thee are much more than the body, but thee are a soul. Please ask that your soul's empowerment come to you when you are feeling less than. Please ask that you be healed and helped through the virtue and the vessel of your soul, which connects you to higher and divine realms. Your soul is a mechanism through which we can work for you. So call upon your soul to help you. It is your doorkeeper to greatness. Namaste. Okay, I'm now going to go to the webinar section because the first caller is Natasha. So Natasha, you can now open your audio, and you can put your video on if you'd like. You don't have to, but at least your audio I need.
Hello?
I hear you. Oh, Natasha, I'm sorry. I meant Yvette. Natasha, I'm glad to hear you, sweetheart. We'll get to you next level. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Yvette, honey, please open your audio.
Hello?
Is that you, Yvette?
Oh, hi, yes.
All right, sweetie. You're not going to put your video on? You prefer not to?
I can.
If you want to, you can. You're invited to do so. And then when you talk the video, you'll take over the video, and when I talk, I'll take over the video. Oh, yes,
Oh,
she is.
hi.
Okay.
Can you see me?
I can. Thank you, thank you. Bienvenidos? Is that how you say welcome in Spanish?
Yes.
All right, welcome.
Bienvenida.
What is it?
Bienvenida. You said it right.
Oh, okay. Bienvenida. Okay, but I'm saying it to you, so it ends in okay. I'm still, I studied Spanish for a little while, and then I promptly forgot it because I don't use it enough. Anyway.
If you don't use it, you lose it. I know. I studied French for about 3 years, and I haven't practiced since. I love everything French, you know, but gotta practice.
Oh, you probably have a past life there. Okay, sweetie. So let's go into you. You're wanting another side connection. I do feel that there's a female for you in the spirit realm. It feels like a mother to you or a mother figure. Now, when I say mother, it could be also mother-in-law, it could be a grandmother, it could be an aunt. So it's just, I just mean older generation female. I see her as stocky build. She's carrying a bit of extra weight on her, if you will. She's got a full bust line. She's not diminished in that area. She's got a full bust line. She's got blondish hair. Or lighter hair, it's soft, it's kind of layered like this, and she has a straight nose. And she also says she has a high impact personality. She's very likable by most people in the family, and most people that knew her. She has a great sense of humor. She's wearing a dress today. Maybe, am I being influenced by your dress? I'm being influenced by your dress a little bit with the color of the dress. But the hair is wavy. Now you have lighter hair also. Her hair is sort of a caramel colored brown. She might have dyed it or something like that. It's wavy and it's layered. It's about up to here. It's not real long. do I need to go on? I think she could be a grandma or mother to you, and also under her there would be a male born to her, or it could be 1 or 2 generations down. There seems to be a problem with heart and diabetes. Would you know this woman, please?
I'm really trying to think if it could be my grandmother.
I think it might be on your father's side. If it was on your mother's side, then she would have given, and your mother would have a brother also. I'm not
yeah,
sure.
on my dad's side, yes, it can very well be. She was heavy but tiny.
Yes, short. And
Yeah.
also the hair. She might have liked to dye her hair at some point or whatever,
Yeah.
because it's lighter, okay? In other words, she could have had brown in its initial color, but it's now more of a lighter caramel colored thing. And it's got layers to it. She does wear also glasses from time to time. She says not all the time. She's got a straight nose, very pretty face actually. A little bit of dark circles around the eyes. She likes to wear lipstick. Her lips look a little bit smaller. She's a little fuller face because she's carrying some extra weight on her. Would you understand all that, please?
Yes, definitely the lipstick part. Yes.
Yeah, just the little tight, little pursed lips, very, very cute, very adorable. She says she also liked to play cards. Do you remember that, please? She liked to play cards. Would you remember that, please?
Yes.
Likes to play cards. She likes to be home a lot. She's very calm. She's a giving personality, nice personality. Something about her and cooking is unbelievable, she says. Unbelievable. What do you mean by that, Grandma? I was a good cook, but I didn't like to cook. She had like a love-hate relationship with the kitchen. I think that she cooked for many years, as she felt she was obligated to cook, and then maybe when she got older, she didn't want to cook as much. She says, it gets difficult to always be in the kitchen and all that. So I think in one respect, she was overtaxed as a mother figure, if you will. A lot of cooking, a lot of family, a lot of that. I see a large family there. But on the other respect, when she got old, she was like, I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to relax more. Would you remember that about her?
Yes.
Okay. She keeps saying very calm personality for herself, but strong, like rule the roost. Nobody really would, like she would tell people what to do and people would kind of listen to her.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And she said she was kind of like an army captain or something. So people would listen to her in the family. And I do see again several, not only just her own under her line, she might have had more, she's had more than 2 children herself. I think she had 4. Do you know, I'm sure you do know, how many children Grandma on your father's side had? Do you know?
There were maybe 5.
Okay.
Could be.
There's a big family there. And then I see layers of, I see other children under that. So, it's a big family. She got grandchildren, then her own children. It's enough already with all this family, but she loved them all. But it was hard sometimes, really, really hard on her. I'm trying to see now if she wants to show me anything about her health. I think I already said diabetes. And I believe I already said heart failure. So would you know that, please, Yvette?
Yes.
And also she's saying there's a choking there at the end, a lot of choking. Couldn't get air in her lungs. But it was during a cardiac event. Very, very bad. And I also see a suddenness to that. There might have been some ramp up to it, but then one day everything happened at the same time, if you will. I believe she was under care of a physician. As we get older, we always have things wrong with us, unless we're health nut, unless we're very lucky. But most of us have a problem.
She was very elderly, though. I mean, she was healthy until then,
Yeah, okay, but she might have known, maybe she knew that she had a little cardiovascular thing going on. I don't see her, but then all of a sudden, bam, it all happens. So you're kind of confirming what I'm saying. She does say she was under doctor's care for a little bit of heart thing, but not a real big debilitation, if you will. She's saying that to me right now, just so that you know I'm here. She's a very kind person. She loves you very much. She says you're very good with the home and the family. You took care of everyone when I couldn't anymore. You stepped in when I couldn't. She wants to thank you for that, because it was really hard on you until you could organize things better and manage it differently. Because at first, I think a lot of stuff fell in your lap. you're close to her in some way physically, maybe geographically where everybody lived, you're around the situation more than others. So kind of like fell in your lap, so to speak. A lot of things did fall in your lap. And you're the kind of person, she says, that can handle it. You have a management kind of capability to you. You can handle these things. So she thanks you for that. She thanks you for handling the obligations of the family since she's been gone, and that you in turn are some sort of a matriarch, or you sort of carry on a lot of the family traditions that she can no longer carry on in person. Let me see if there's anything else you want to add in there. There's something about a boy to you. I know you're old enough to have a grown son because of what you've said to me, not because of the way you look. Your son is getting ahead in life or going somewhere that's very, very special. She's very, very proud of him. She says you did a very good job of raising him. I don't know how many other children, but she cares to acknowledge the son. Would you have a son, please?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's very smart. He's college educated. He's getting ahead in life. She's very, very proud of him, and he's going to go places very, very far. So that would be your personal message, my dear. You said something about, did you say something about asking questions? Oh, you just meant in general. Yeah, you can ask a question if you want.
Well, the thing is, I recently lost my older son. I have a younger son. That's the one she's referring to. So I was kind of hoping he would show up.
Well, he's not meant to. I mean, I could try to pull him in, but we're not going to do that now because I'll be seeing you later in the week and we'll work together. But it's interesting that she would care to point out the one that is alive, and I will ask her to say something about this. Your older son. Okay. Would you understand your older son has something? It was sudden, the passing, and had something to do with cardiovascular event, please. Just yes or no, honey?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay. I get a feeling of suddenness. It seems to be a health-related issue. Here one moment, gone the next. I don't see accidents, sweetheart, right now is what I'm trying to say. Would you understand that, please? Just yes or no.
No. No, but it could very well be. No, there were no
clues.
Okay. No, yeah, exactly.
All right.
No witnesses.
No witnesses?
No.
Okay, well, what I'm getting is a feeling of a cardiac infarction, sudden, and that he goes very, very quickly. I'm surprised that would not have shown up, but we'll see more about it later. I also see that there's dark hair, brown hair. It's curly and wavy. He's slender build. Seems to be narrow in the waist and flat in the stomach with very nice shoulders and that kind of a thing. Would you recognize that as the appearance of your son?
Not the hair part, though. That probably could be my brother. So I mean,
brother. Okay.
Could be.
But the body is that way. It's slender.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The hair is very significant. Okay. So he may not have worn that hairstyle, but would you say his underlying color was a brown color?
Yes.
And if it were to grow in, I don't know how he wore it, it might have had a bit of a wave to it. Not kinky. It has some wave.
Exactly.
All right. So that's what he's showing me. Okay. There's a little bit of ruddiness to the skin as well. He's not completely olive complexion. He's a kind person, loving person. I feel that there are children under him. Would you understand he has children? Just yes or no, please.
No.
Okay, then there must be some reason for him to be saying that. Maybe there's younger children in the family that he's close to or something like that. In particular, is a younger female, like a younger girl, like maybe it's a younger sister or something. I don't want to develop this right now completely, honey, because
that's fine.
Yeah, I have to get to other people, but I just wanted to take a little quick look at that, love. So this is a good example of how it works, and we'll work together on that later in the week. Okay, honey? And I want to thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So go ahead and make yourself mute again, and I'm going to go to Natasha and ask her what she's calling about. Natasha?
Yeah, hello.
Hi, honey. What are you calling in for today? Do you have a life question, or do you have another side connection?
No, I have a life question.
Okay, so you're going to have to wait while I do the other side connection. Is waiting on the phone line. I'll come back to you then. Okay, love? I'll come right back to you. All right, put yourself on mute. I'm going to go to the person who's waiting for another side connection. Who's gone? They disappeared. Oh, wait, maybe it was 352. Hold on for a second. Hi, are you the person that was waiting for the other side connection, sweetie? Is this? Hi, and your name is Cindy, right? Yeah. Okay, let's see who's there for you, sweetheart. Yeah, and again, we may not get who we want. This is good information for everyone. Sometimes the soul that's been in spirit longest or has the highest ability to communicate will be the first soul to pop in. And they open the portal for other souls. And that is for you, Yvette, to mull that over a little bit. Hold on, Cindy. So I feel that there's a female to you in spirit. It feels like an older female to you, like a mother figure. I see a bit of I'm going to wait a moment. I need to develop that. Please develop yourself. Cindy, honey. Cindy, sweetheart. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, I have earplugs in, and yeah, I have earplugs in, and I'm using a headset, and what you just did, it's very loud. So try not to make any noise, okay, honey? It's gonna deafen me. Okay. All right. Not to worry. I just, in case it was avoidable, not to do it again. Otherwise, I'll go deaf. All right. Well, there's a woman here, but there's also a feeling of a male to you, lateral to you in energy. Could be a brother, could be a husband, someone like that also seems to be showing up as well. Is there anyone in particular that you're wanting? Is it an older female to you that's very attractive, actually? Must have been quite attractive in her youth, or maybe stayed that way into her older years. She's slender. She's on the taller, slender side. She has wavy brown hair. Looks like a movie star. So that could mean an older woman showing me herself when she's younger, or it could mean somebody that literally fits that description. I also feel lateral to you in energy, like a brother or a man, somebody like that that's coming in also. Is there anybody in particular you want me to go to? Let's see which brother or friend shows up. Hold on. Cindy 352. There's also a father figure for you in spirit. Okay, who wants to? All right, well, let's see who wants to develop. All right, let's see who will come in. Who wants to show up? Well, the brother-in-law is showing me himself right now, and he's doing making a little trick. I'm going to talk to him. Hold on for a second. Please, sir, I need you to put light on yourself so I can see you fully. And then I need you to talk to us. Give us a good overview of who you are, what you look like. Okay, there may be some meaning to this as well. I want you to know, Cindy, right now he shows me himself wearing sort of like a rugged workman's kind of clothing. And he also has a flashlight under his face going up. That might mean that he had to use a flashlight in his work and might have been sometimes in dark spaces when he's doing the work. Would that have any significance to you, please? All right, good. So that's what he's trying to do. He's like, when we start these little mediumship sessions, sometimes they give me the impression of, what do you call that game where charades, sometimes they show me things. I have to just tell you what I'm getting. I do see that he has dark hair primarily. I can't see very clearly. There's a little bit of a wave to it. He's got a nice, even features, good-looking man, an oval type of face, and has a bit of bearing. What's that actress name? A little bit of that look to him. How do I say it? I'll just say even features. Very good, nice-looking man. Okay, fair complexion, darker hair, bit of wave to the hair. Looks like there might have been a little graying towards the temples is all I can see right now because of the flashlight. And it also looks like there might have been a little bit of thinning on the top of the hair, but I'm doing a lot of projection on that one. Would you verify that for me, please, Cindy? All right. He's calm engineering personality. What he means by that, he doesn't get upset by problems or difficulties. The engineering means that he's always strategizing, using his brain in and out of things, very smart, very organized, wants to get ahead in life, likes to fix things. We already kind of said that. And he's pretty smart at that. Let me see if he could give us cause of passing. And I also see, well, I know you're his, well, I believe beyond you being his sister-in-law, I believe he has a sister on Earth. He's showing me that. Or he might have a wife there. I'm not quite sure who that is there. Oh, yeah, that could be your sister, and it could be her husband. I just want to say I see a woman there, and then I heard something. I got the feeling of sister to you. So I guess we'll say that's your sister's husband. 1 second, please. There's also alcohol around him. He might have liked to have a little bit of whiskey or alcohol every now and then. Not sure why he would show that to me, but it's important to understand he's showing me that. Would you know that, please? For now, yes or no. Let him develop. He's coming in pretty strongly. Okay. There's an accident in the home when he's there. This is what takes his life. Hold on. I let myself go. He's saying something about being home alone, letting himself go. Maybe he was under the influence of alcohol and something happens. I also get the feeling that there could have been electricity involved. Or maybe he's fixing something when this happens to him. Without having any, I'm projecting there. Let me just let him say. Hold on, Cindy. Want to tell us what happened, sir? There's alcohol, there's whiskey, or something strong like that. Nobody's around him when this happens. There's a fall. There's a fall. I hear something about hitting his neck and bruising his head. Shoulder was hurt also. He's trying to take care of something or fix something or help somebody. Those are the only things. I'm just getting it kind of broken up. There's a lot of static right now. I'm getting that out of him. So I'm going to leave it alone, and you can just go ahead now and fill that in, love. Oh, God bless him. Ah, okay. So I get it. I get it. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So I see how he fell down and his neck was hurt, broke his neck. But it's because he deliberately did it. And he was skirting saying it to me that way. Oh, oh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, because that's what he said. He said it was an accident. Okay. All right. Wow. Well, you're forgiven, my man, my dear, wonderful man. I'm getting a J name around that, like a John or a Jack or something. I don't know who fits that name. I just give that. It could be a James also, but a J name that fits into the situation somehow. There's also a sense of a younger male to him that is in spirit with him as well. Another family member. He looks after people for everyone. He's here alone in spirit sometimes, but also with other people at times. He is reviewing his life and all the mistakes that he made. Tell your sister, he says, I'm okay and I love her very much. I also get another name like a Michelle or a Mary or something when I go in that direction. That does not have to mean that it's your sister's name, and the James doesn't have to mean it's his name, but those are just names that come up, when I'm going in those directions. He loves you all very, very much, and he says, thank you so much for allowing him to come in this evening. He knows you've all forgiven him, and he really appreciates that. Yeah, he says, especially around the holidays, he says your sister is lost without him. And there seems to be a little girl. Did they have a little girl together? Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I kind of, yeah. Well, I got the little girl first, the daughter first, even though it wasn't his. Um, but anyway, everybody misses him. Children in particular miss him so much. Um, and there's also like an L name. What's the daughter's name? Like, mm, mm, there's an L name there. What's her name? The daughter's name. Lynn. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, she misses him a lot. Lynn. Okay. She misses him a lot because it's like as if she's missing a father figure. She must have had a problem with her own biological father. Um, so the whole family comes together now, he says, at this time of year to sing praise to the Lord and to send love to everyone. He says, I'm all with you when you're doing that. And I'm a changed person now. And he laughs a little bit when he says that. He says, yes, I'm still a person. He says, I haven't lost any faculty. And he shows me kind of like a gathering in the home and he would be around. So, you might want to keep your antenna out to hear, listen, feel, and look for him. Okay, my dear? Oh, there you go. There you go. All right, my dear. God bless. And you have a beautiful, blessed evening and as well a holiday, okay? Thank you, honey. Thank you, love. Bye-bye. Okay, going to Natasha now. Natasha, thank you for being so patient. You can now unmute yourself so I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, sweetie, go ahead and give me your question, darling, about your
We talked about some relationship issues I had about 8 weeks ago, and I wanted to know if there's any update from Spirit or if there's.
Okay, now you'll have to
evolving.
understand, love, I don't remember a thing that we spoke
Okay.
about because I'm like 80 years old and I work with a lot of people. So what I need you to do is fashion a question, and that I
Yeah.
don't need to know background, just a real succinct yes no question, and then everything comes out from there. Go right ahead, love.
Okay. Will my ex-boyfriend contact me for the holidays or anytime soon?
I kind of get a yes on that. Give me his initials, please.
MS.
MS. And you're asking if he will connect with you soon. Soon meaning 3 to 4 weeks. MS. I'm assigning 3 to 4 weeks for soon. Hold on. You will. There's something more to that. He's trying to offload or get through something before he can contact you. There's a lot of things that he's working on in his own life. And it's like offloading or letting go of something that has been hounding him and perturbing him for a long time. He needs to finalize that before he can be back in your life. He will be able to do that eventually. I don't know when. I'm just answering the part of the question about when he would contact you, which is, I believe, in the next 3 to 4 weeks. You'll be hearing from him. You'll be talking about the situation he's in, which is offloading and unburdening himself with a relationship from the past. When that is finalized, you will be hearing more from him. A lot of obligations there. It's not an easy thing to extricate from. I also feel he has a lot of guilt surrounding the situation. In any event, that's what I'm getting, honey. I hope that makes sense to you.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Right. And by the way, I also get a message. He does love you very much. And it's something that you really need to hear right now.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
All right, sweetie. God bless. Okay, you can mute yourself again, darling. I'm going to go to the other phone lines. Okay, I'm going to Alyssa here, who's been waiting a long time. Hello, Alyssa. Oh, thank you, sweetie. So what I need you to do, darling, is give me a question, and I don't want background. I like Spirit to give us the information. Go right ahead, darling. Zach. All right, hold on. Let me go. I have to get really, really focused. That's why I need to go quiet for a second, love. Yeah, he likes you. He's not ready yet for commitment, however. There's a problem there, and I need to find out what that is. I get a sense of light energy around, meaning not a lot of depth right now as far as commitment. Youthful, very youthful. Has a lot of adventure in his heart and his soul. Wants to accomplish a few things as well in his life. Not really ready for a commitment. So I like him for you. I get a yes, but I also have to say that it feels like there's a lot of things he wants to do first, and one of them in particular feels like maybe he might be going on for a second level of education, like med school or something like that. Do you know anything about that, honey? It feels like it would probably be something to do in healthcare. So, and I do think he's going to do it. So these things make him a little difficult right now to get that serious with. But if you're willing to kind of go through iterations of this, and, you know, that kind of thing. But I don't see a full commitment for quite a long time until those things are done. You see what I'm saying? Okay, but he does like you a lot. So this could end up being very good for you, but you probably have a lot of living to do yourself, right? All right, so there you go. Enjoy the journey, my dear. Yes, big hugs, big kisses. Bye-bye. Okay, going to Julian, who has a life question. Hi, Julian. How are you, darling? I'm doing great. Okay, love. So go ahead and give me your question, honey. Don't give me any background, just your question. Okay, I'm just going to use Rose. And give me the first letter of her last name, please. Her last name is Laura? Oh, okay. Hold on one second. Rose. Connecting again, yes or no? Yes, she will be contacting you. Seriously. Well, I don't know why they said that, but I will find out. What do you mean by seriously? There's a seriousness there. There's also sadness. There's also harshness. There's anger. Let me get the full message. She wants you to know something about her. She wants you to understand her better. She wants you to understand how she cares about you. She wants to make the communication better. So bottom line here, I do feel that she's driven to be understood and make a better communication with you and try to iron out differences. She hasn't given up on you or the situation. She's just looking for better communication. But by the tone of her energy at this moment, Julian, it feels like she's been very, very, very discouraged because nothing's ever worked out the way she wanted it to. There seems to be these difficulties in having good communication. You know, that's an interesting word, communication, you know, right? You know, it's funny, especially between the opposite sex and sometimes even same-sex relationships. But sometimes when we enter into intimate relationships, you know, you could use the word good, she could use the word good, and it could mean something completely different to both of you. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like one of those things, right? So I hear the word round and round and round and round, and nothing ever gets resolved, nothing ever gets settled. One moment she's really nice, she wants to talk to you. Next moment she's upset and in her anger, and then next moment she's sweet and kind again, and then it goes back to round and round, and then you're left like sort of hanging in the lurch, like how did we go from sweetness to craziness in like 15 minutes? And oof. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay, I'm going to give you some information. That kind of personality, I think is very true of her, does not want to be understood or discovered fully. The reason is low self-esteem. So she puts up a wall of, what do you want to call that, distractions, because she's afraid that underneath it all, if she really was known, if she really was loved, she feels very, very vulnerable, very, very frightened. She's like a little broken child inside. You see what I'm saying? I don't feel she ever was fully loved unconditionally when she was younger. There was a lot of problems in the upbringing. I feel brokenness there, maybe even a broken home, and that it makes her very vulnerable to be in intimate relationships and settings. So what she does is put up a wall of bull. I'm going to say bull. I won't say the rest of the word, so that nobody knows her true MO, which is really very broken person and very, very vulnerable individual. So bottom line, this kind of a person would need a lot of healing, and you need to think that through if you're going to be her therapist or not. And then let me. Okay, now listen up. A person like her that does not feel lovable, a person like her that does not feel lovable is going to create a situation, which she's done with you, where she entwines you in so much stuff that you can't get out of it. It's like a net. She wants to keep you hanging. She wants to keep you mesmerized. And she's manipulated you into a position where you're almost addicted or hypnotized or unable to see the forest for the trees. The other side of it is you. Okay, why would you be in that situation? What is the healing needed on your end? It's not so much whether or not she loves you, it's more whether or not you love yourself. And so that's why right? We all create situations for our growth and our development as souls. And you've created this so that you have the opportunity to heal yourself, focus on yourself, and grow. When you do that, the other things will sort of take care of themselves. But what we have are two people that are incomplete, have come together to complete each other, and it doesn't work that way. You see what I'm saying? Right? So does she love you? Doesn't she? I don't know if she's really capable of love right now. She's very unhealed. And in that state, she's just looking for people to make her feel worthy versus true connection of lovingness. So I would like to deal with it on a superficial level with you, but I have to give you the other levels, which are sad. And I've been there, believe me. I have had that kind of relationship, and I've studied it for quite a long time. And the word psycho is a very interesting one. And you might want to look up the website and the book called Psychopath Free. It will give you a lot of insight to this kind of personality and also to yourself for healing. So I do feel that she's going to try to contact you. I do feel that she's trying to somehow get through this just as much as you are. but for the reasons already mentioned, both of you remain enmeshed in a karmic push-pull. It's a karmic push-pull, and what's required in these situations is to take the focus off of her, put it back on yourself for your own healing, and then allow that relationship to heal as the both of you work on your own healing individually, not on each other, but on your own healing. And I'm not saying that you can never heal this. I'm just saying that the more you heal, which is the wild card, and the more she heals, the more the two of you can work this out. Okay, my dear? Yeah, thank you, Julian. I wish you a very happy holiday, honey. God bless. Thanks, honey. Bye-bye. Okay, I am going to go to the person who appears to be waiting longest in the queue, and that would be area code 414. Oops. Hello, hello. Can I get your name? Hi, Marion. How are you this evening or afternoon, depending on your time zone? You're well? Okay. Wonderful, sweetheart. So go ahead and give me your question, darling, or what you're wanting this evening from Spirit. Oh, so you want an other side connection. Okay. Well, there is a female to you that comes through. She's on the heavier side. Okay. She's an older person to you, and she's got dark hair. Even though she's older, she still has this baby-like face to her, very baby-like face. Didn't have a lot of wrinkles, doesn't have a lot of wrinkles. Dark hair. The hair looks like it's either straightened or that she's wearing a wig or something. It just looks a little bit, I don't know, chemically treated with straightening, or that there's some kind of wig there right now. And it's very black, the hair. The skin is on the darker side. She's very kind and loving. She's wearing an apron over a dress, which makes her somebody who's more domestic. As I mentioned, she's overweight a bit. She's also taller in stature. She's a very kind person. There's 2 children under her, as if she's given birth to at least one of them herself, but there's 2 under her. I don't know what that means. They seem to be male. And it could be a grandmother, you could be a mother, you could be someone like that. I don't know who you're looking for, but that's the first soul that pops in. Would you know that person, please? Would you know that person? Okay, well, let's see which one. I'll get a little more detail on it for you, love. And I don't know if it's who you want, but I always have to give you what I'm getting, you see. So let me see, Mary. All right, love. She's cute for this one. She's the more loving of the 2. She's shown me a few things. She's also the better cook of the 2, and she's showing me another picture of someone else who's wearing it looks like a man actually, who's wearing a hat that looks like a cap with a little bit of a rim to it in the front. There's a male there with her. Could be a father to you. Are you looking for a father figure, honey? Oh, all right. Well, let me give you that man. Let me give you that one then. I see a male there behind them. It's as if they opened the door to bring him in. Let me see what he is. He's like, he must have liked sports, or he worked in sports, but he's like in a stadium right now. Would you know that about the mate that passed of yours, please? Anything to do with sports, please. Clean cut, short hair. He likes sports. Okay, what I see him with a baseball hat on is something like that. Okay, and it looks like he's showing me a stadium behind him, so he might have liked to sport a baseball hat. I also see it's very, very close. There's hardly any hair there. Must have shaved it, like you said. I can't see the whole head at the moment. I'm moving a little quickly because the show is officially over, but I want to give you what I'm getting, honey. I don't. What was it? There's something going on in his chest, love. I see a slender body, but I also feel something going on in the chest cavity where the heart would be, as if something's going on there. Would you know anything about heart or heart illness to go with him, or something to do with the heart for the passing, please? I might have gone in that. Oh, okay. Might have been a cardiac event during the accident. Okay, because that's what he's showing me. Okay, he must have liked baseball a lot. Okay, that might have been one of his. Well, he also, yeah. Besides wearing one, though, he's showing me that he might have liked to play baseball. He liked baseball. He's actually showing me something. He might have been good at pitching balls and things like that. And maybe in his past, before you really, maybe it's nothing you pay that much attention to. But I do want to let you know that. He also is saying something about you and your hands and your nails. You take really good care of yourself. You must take really good care of your nails and your hands, because he's showing me that. He always loved your nails so much. He gives you a big kiss, a big hug. I see under you that you have a son. I don't know if it's with him or whom it's with, but he's showing me a son under you. Would you understand that, please? Okay, he's very loving to you and your son, your boy. I think it's your boy, not his. Please forgive me if I'm wrong, but that's kind of what he's saying. I love you all very, very much. You're beautiful. He says, I know you're missing me so much. He wants you to get out more. He says, you're not ready for it yet. He says, you will be eventually. He shows me some kind of a necklace or a chain with something on it. I'm trying to see what that means. Is it going to her? Or does it go to you? Or how does it work, sir? Your chain, you have something around your neck that he gave to you. You're wearing around your neck. So it could be some kind of necklace that he gave to you. You know? All right. His jewelry, okay. And you must wear it around your neck sometimes, because he's showing it to me that way. Oh, God bless you, sweetie, for the loss. It's a terrible thing, especially at the holidays, you know. We remember these loved ones so much now. Something about money he gave to you before he went. Use it in good style and good fashion. What do you mean by that, sir? He gave you something, a gift or money or something, or you've gotten something from this somehow. Or maybe it means he wishes he'd give you something. Oh, I bet. Yeah, because I could see something about money for you. I'm so sorry for your loss, sweetie. That's a very sad thing. He's here for you, he says, honey. However, I'm here for you all the time. He says, you don't have to worry about a thing. He says, I hear you in the spirit world, and I come for you at night in your dreams. He says, I'm always around the house. He says, never feel alone. Never feel alone. I'll always hear you, and I'll do the very best I can from the spirit world. He also gives me a name like a Harold or Harry or an H-A-R. I don't know if there's any significance to that name. Okay. My blessings to you, Marion, honey. God bless you. Yeah. Thank you, love. God bless, honey. Bye-bye. Bye. Yeah, bye-bye. Okay, everybody, if you'd like a private session with me, just go to booklaura.com. If you put radio show in the event code field, you'll obtain a third more time free. I want to thank everybody for listening and tuning in, and I look forward to working with you next Monday. Bye-bye.